Wir versohlen euch einfach nächstes Mal wieder den Arsch. Ganz einfach. Aber wer weiß, was noch Schlimmes passiert. Ist der da jetzt noch drin? Oder ist jetzt einfach weg?
It's no good. I can't stop the system from falling apart. I can't reconnect it to the orbital net or another energy source either. Supporting such an advanced AI is just too heavy a burden.
But that means he'll... I'm so sorry. The Genesis isn't reacting to anything anymore.
It's not your fault, Agnes. There must be a way. I'm just not seeing it.
It's fine, Salesian. I'm just paying the price for my foolishness. I crossed the line that should never be crossed, and tried to realize a weapon of pure evil. I allowed myself to be led astray. I have no one to blame but myself.
But... Professor!
I am moved by how much you care for me, even after all I've done. Perhaps you are the right person to entrust with this task after all.
What task?
At this rate, I will have failed as a researcher and died for nothing at all. So, please, don't let this all have been in vain. I may have failed to perfect the formula needed for fusion, but I discovered many others in the process.
Oh, all these formulae.
I believe them to be, as of yet, undiscovered formulae with peacetime applications. Analyze this terminal after I am gone, and you may be able to secure them.
But, Professor, that...
It's not gonna be easy to make use of finds from a technological singularity.
That's putting it lightly. We're talking technology humanity wouldn't have reached on its own for decades. We'll need more than one genius around to make sense of it all.
I feared as much. Cronkite likely won't be able to manage the task alone. If only there were one or two more like him around. If only she were here.
I wish I could tell you not to underestimate me, but I, too, know my limits.
You're...
Young?
Cronkite,
I will refrain from commenting on all that transpired here. To we researchers, all that matters are results. However, you were able to catch a glimpse of something we all, at the very least, feel a small yearning for. That does have meaning.
Yes. I suppose you're right. My time here is at an end. I leave the rest to you and the many promising youths around us. May you forever remain on the forefront of Calvard's... no, the world's.
I will follow my own path, wherever it may lead me. Though I do intend to make some use of the formulae you leave us.
As do I. We won't let your work be in vain.
Ich wusste, sie taucht auf.
What?
Who's that? Oh.
The professor is back!
Professor Latoya Hamilton.
I'm home, Theo Zeros. I'm sorry for being away for so long, Catra.
Gran!
If it isn't Professor Latoya Hamilton, one of Epstein's 3 disciples.
In the flesh. I've never had the honor of seeing her in person before this. I'm so glad we made it in time.
Oh, Callahan. You damn fool.
Esmeralda, Giscard, and Professor Hamilton. I didn't know you were back.
I hurried back to Calvard as soon as I learned what was transpiring. It saddens me deeply to have to bid farewell to a fellow researcher and associate like this.
As someone who admired and sought to surpass you, those words mean more to me than you could ever know.
Rest assured that we will use what you have left us. Cronkite and I will see those formulae analyzed. We will all see to it, Esmeralda, Catra, your other assistants, and the artisans of Basel as well. You did so much to further the city's development and held it so dear. Now we will use our strength to nurture yours.
I'd like to believe that ZCF can help in some way too.
I see now. This is what I should have done all along. I feel like in my last moments, I've solved the most difficult formula of all. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Silesian. And thank you to all who stand with them. Now, I leave with no regrets.
Farewell, Professor Callahan.
May you find peace with Adios above.
Was zur Hölle war das? Ah.
So, that's how the pieces have fallen. Could we have made use of nuclear weapons? What do you think?
No. If anything, they are something that would put our very existence in danger. They're a forbidden weapon that renders all tactical analysis and strategy meaningless. That Almada has their eyes on them speaks of how much of a threat they really are.
Then we're agreed. Quite the unexpected development this was. Enough to pique the Society's interest as well. And now, we're to await Ms. Twining's return for the sake of our midterm goals.
I will provide all the support I can in the meantime.
Ach ja. Ich hoffe, ihr habt auch alle mit salutiert. Und wir sind schon wieder zurück einfach? Achso, ja, wir kriegen unseren nächsten Angestellten jetzt gleich. Marons? Oh, Wahn. Oh, doch nicht.
The Institute of Science claims this formula will allow for a more efficient extraction of orbital energy from septium. Experts believe that the new discovery will have a significant impact on technological development in Zemuria going forward. This revolutionary breakthrough was made possible by the late Professor Callahan as part of his last work.
They really pulled it off, didn't they?
Yeah, in no small part because of Ren and the rest of them. Sounds like the genius professor left Basel as soon as the work was done, though.
That CEO's gonna be in for a fun time now that he's lost 2 of his smartasses.
Maybe, but it sounds like this news has got Vern's shares shooting straight up. Professor Hamilton's back for now too, so he can probably breathe easy for a while.
I'd heard so much about her, but it was such a surprise to actually get to meet her. She's such an amazing lady. She really is. I couldn't agree more.
So you're Lilia's granddaughter. You do resemble her, not just the way you look. I can see you also possess her kindness and strong spirit.
This is one of my great-grandfather's diaries.
This brings me back. I would catch him writing entries from time to time. Oh, this here. This one is about me, Gerhard, and Albert. I still remember that time like it was yesterday.
Well, I only met him once back when I was a youngster. Makes me nostalgic thinking back on it now.
I don't mean to interrupt your reminiscing, but those words toward the end are rather ominous. I can see why it inspired you to risk so much to collect the Geneses.
Yes.
Else all that we know will come to an end.
I can't imagine it's meant to be taken any way other than literally, especially when you consider how the Genesis have been used so far.
Yeah, the kind of shit they're capable of almost feels like a bad joke sometimes.
So far, we've managed to gather 5 of the 8 Geneses. But do you think it would be better if I left them in the hands of you and the other disciples? Yes.
No, I think there are too much for even us to handle. If they truly are experimental apparatuses that Professor Epstein somehow created to gauge the world, then, and this will sound rather unscientific of me, it's as if destiny willed them to be in your hands. I plan to stay in Calvard for a while, so I'll get in contact with Albert and Gerhard about this. Fortunately, we happen to have someone else who knows both of them right here with us.
I'd be happy to serve as a mediator between all parties. We have much to discuss about the West Simuria Tech Union as well.
I will also do what I can to help Reset. Is everything still in order with regards to attaching Reset's new parts, Esmeralda?
As in order as can be. Our prospects were already bright with her being such a capable engineer, but with you, they'll be even brighter.
Me and the other artisans will be happy to pitch in with any precise adjustments, too. We'll see they aren't even a millerage off.
Der hört sich halt irgendwie an wie so ein Redneck aus irgendeinem Eck, Alter.
And I'll help too, of course.
I don't think we have anything to worry about with this many people on the case. Yes, it really is wonderful to see.
Well, can't say I give a damn about Marduk at the end of the day. Reset's a different story, though. She's one of the team, so take good care of her, if you don't mind.
I don't mind one bit. You said your name was Van, I believe. This may be a strange favor to ask, but I'd like you to look after my teacher's dear descendant. It would mean the world to me. And if you could please look after her young friends. But you were planning to do that even if I didn't ask, weren't you?
You got me. I'll do what I can to meet my obligation as their employer, at the very least.
Van.
We save his ass way more than he saves ours.
Is something wrong, Katra?
It's just... I'm so happy you're back. I am. But I wasn't able to do a thing in your absence. I feel like such a failure.
Katra.
You been sleepwalking these past few days or something? We couldn't have dreamed of dealing with this whole mess without you. You are our guide through and through.
We never would have thought to go to that factory without you. And I doubt we could have gotten through to Professor Callahan either. We owe everything to your efforts and perseverance. Plus, your orbital drones were a huge help.
You weren't too bad for someone who still looks and thinks like a kid. So, good job on this one, or whatever.
Why do you always gotta be so far up your own ass?
See now? Not just anyone can be blessed with so many in their corner,
Thank you for all you have done in my absence. It's good to be home. I've missed you, Katra.
Yeah, but not half as much as I've missed you, Gran.
Deswegen zieht er jetzt dann auch gleich weiter und wird unser Angestellter.
By the way, Agnes, did you manage to finish your report on your visitation to Basel? I most certainly did.
Streber.
The others in my group helped a lot too, and we ended up receiving some very positive feedback from the school. Though I'm happy Ren was willing to cover up so much for me. No, happy isn't what I should be saying, is it?
The old fart's broken moral compass starting to rub off on you, huh?
I'm being careful not to go too far. I don't want to end up like Van.
Hey,
Oh, we're almost done with the roasted chestnuts.
I look forward to these every year. Their fragrance and soft texture really hammer home that fall is here.
Wie das letzte einfach
Here
froh.
you go again. Took the last of them too, you bastard.
Don't worry, we have another batch. Hello, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, hey.
So mal verdammt
A
nochmal Zeit.
lovely day to you all. I'm here to resume work once more.
Reset!
That's our maid. 3 o'clock on the dot.
You're all good now then?
I'm the picture of health, thank you. Professor Hamilton, her students, and many others took excellent care of me. My new artificial limbs are a vast improvement over my previous ones, even. I can see I've had you all very worried. I'm so very sorry.
Oh, Reset, of course we were worried. We're so glad to have you back. Welcome home, Reset.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
We've got a solid chunk of work that's been piling up, including managing the pay coming in from our last job. You got time to help me out with it right now?
All the time in the world. Oh, but first...
Ja, jetzt kommt's.
Agnes and Ferry located.
Theo?
Wie er mit dem Schwanz wackelt.
Whoa! The hell?
Saros?
Down, Zeros, and come back here, Theo.
Petra, what are you doing here?
He came along to make sure everything was how it should be after all the work that was done on me. Though he has something else he wishes to discuss in addition to that.
It's a bit cramped, but there's a wired connection to the orbital network here at least. I should be able to work in this environment.
What?
Don't tell me.
Du bist uns mittlerweile gewöhnt.
That's right. I'm going to be helping out around here for a while. I'll admit that Professor Hamilton may have been the one to recommend it, but the final decision was mine. All of you remarkably captured my interest during our time together. Not just because of Agnes's genesis, but because of that Grendel and Mare, too.
I suppose no one can blame you for that.
I'm also concerned on a broader level. Basel doesn't appear to be the only place where criminals are misusing tech for nefarious purposes. So I think Arkride Solutions is going to need its own technical advisor, don't you?
That's, actually a good point.
A very good point. While I am well versed in modern technology, my field is software, not hardware.
Those black and silver thingies would be good backup in a fight, too. What's it gonna be, Chief?
Screw it. What's one more at this point? I'll introduce you to our landlords later.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to working here.
Oh, but Reset, Katra, you've got to try the roasted chestnuts. They're super soft and sweet.
Es ist so ein Leckermaul, ne? Alter, das kommt schon voll nach dem Wahn.
I'll go and make some more coffee for us too.
Warte mal, wer benutzt doch Leckermaul? Entschuldigung. Ah, schön. Warte, wo zur Hölle ist das jetzt? Ich habe gerade überlegt, warte mal, kennen wir das, den Bereich überhaupt?
You served me well in Basel. We could have had quite the crisis on our hands if events had been allowed to play out as our foes wanted.
Thank you, sir. Though I believe most of the credit goes to our agent in the field and the Principality's representatives.
Hey, es geht hauptsächlich zu Arkride Solutions, ihr Penner.
I will admit that I did not anticipate you hiring Marduk to act when they did, however.
They will do whatever you ask so long as the price is right. It makes them rather convenient in times like these. There are advantages to their being a neutral organization beholden to no government, even if using their services requires an objective mindset. I imagine you can see their merits as well, Professor Cronkite.
I do. At least they are competent, unlike a certain superior of mine that I could name.
I don't disagree. The time is long past due for Vern to appoint a new CEO. We can maintain the status quo as long as Professor Hamilton remains in the Republic. But as soon as she departs, we will indeed make the necessary arrangements.
I see no issue with that timeline.
Sehen wir das abstimmen President Roy Gramhart. Oder Gramhart.
Now, as we previously agreed, I think it's about time you got to work. After all, this project will bring about massive change to the Republic, to the entire world. Nothing will be the same after the Republican Army's Zeku space base is completed and in operation.
Space Base, Alter? Echt? Wow. Das glaubt doch eh keiner. Es ist wie bei den Armees alles. Alle sind im Studio gedreht worden. Nix mal. Ach ja. Chapter 4, Disaster Protocol, End. Trip to Basel complete, receive 14.000. Komm mal gleich auf. Komm, wir überspringen gleich B einfach.
Those are impressive results. Then
Okay,
I'll update your
so viel
rank.
ist dann doch nicht.
I'll gladly take that.
Nebulus, Lorray, Holocore.
That's just about perfect.
Ausgaben 119.000, Einnahmen 120.000. Wow. Ich habe halt 821 Mirror eingenommen. Hat sich rentiert. Aaron Stats have risen. Er ist schon wieder...
Catras Elysian. Together with Theo and Zeros, I'll do whatever I can to assist.
Also doch 15, weil er ja ein Jahr jünger ist wie die Agnes. Join Arkride Solutions. Safe. So. Jetzt schauen wir noch kurz mal rein, was jetzt das nächste Kapitel uns wieder erzählt und dann hören wir mittendrin auf. Hä? Das ist eine östliche Stadt. Also asiatisch halt. Hot Spring Village, Longlai. Cool. Noch mehr mit Hayway? Oh, die habe ich schon mal gesehen. Die muss auch stark sein. Southern Canopy Ishgal Mountains.
Zeroth form. Duality.
Die hat sie in der Mitte durchgeschnitten. Das ist krass. Ist das dann auch die 8 Leaves Blade School?
Thank goodness. Looks like I'm in good form tonight. I wasn't sure I could even perfect the Zeroth form after being told to do it out of nowhere. But I think I've earned the right to hold my head up high to Master's younger disciple now. Not that I can see him joining us up on stage anytime soon.
All is ready, Princess.
In record time, too. We couldn't have asked for a bigger client, and this is the first long-term contract we've had in a while.
Oh, nicht mit Almada.
We can afford to take it easy for our first task at least. But the time has come to reaffirm our existence to the world. Tread lightly, for the Ikaruga lurk in the shadows.
So she noticed us. I should have known we couldn't deceive the divine blade of silver. This is a reconnaissance and force mission. We only need to assess their capabilities, not win the battle. Our foes are both above S rank in strength. Strike in the Blitz Halberd formation. Ja!
Denkt ihr nicht, dass er einfach drauf geht? Oh, einer unserer
I planned to depart for the east after speaking with him. How fortunate that I was able to catch a glimpse of the living legend's covert student before doing so. I cannot help but wonder what she fights for with those unusual talents of hers. But that mystery, along with what lurks here beneath the Cone Mountains under Calvard's stormy skies, will have to wait. Now is not the time to investigate further. Though it would be a shame to let this encounter go to waste. It might be worth pitting my own greenhorn student against her, to see how he fares.
My own Greenhorn Student? Kann man aber nicht warten oder so, oder? Nee, der hat er doch das vom anderen gelernt. Ach, keine Ahnung. Ach doch, Kunlun, ne? Das Ding hat er doch gelernt. Alter, wo knarzt jetzt eigentlich mein Sessel da immer so arg? Entschuldigung, falls mir das zu euch hört. Und wozu soll der sind mir jetzt schon wieder? Die zwei?
I have to admit, I never thought you would be the one asking to go out with me.
Was?
We did appear at an event together. Was that all it took to spark such a passionate plea?
I'd like to believe I put more passion into my films than anyone, if nothing else. I'm sure it's the same with you and racing. And how these two passionate souls can finally have the talk I've always wanted. Even if I feel bad for your girlfriend and fans for meeting with you like this.
My partner in life is my Carl, have you know. Of course, I have been known to savor some special moments with only the most beautiful of women.
Entschuldigung.
Oh, look at you, laying on the charm. So, no girlfriend? Could I take that to mean that you also don't have a wife or kids?
Of course I don't. Anyway, it would be a shame to just let the evening end with dinner now that we're together like this. What do you say to joining me for a drive on the expressway? As for whether that will be where the night ends, well, that will be up to us.
Oh. He sure is used to this. He makes even cringeworthy lines like that seem totally natural. Well, whatever. This is my chance to see if there's any truth to that rumor about him traveling the country. That's fine by me. I'm looking forward to seeing how fast you can...
What was...
Z1 Racer Maxim Lugan! I'm a reporter with Buzz Raider magazine. Think we could steal a few minutes of your time?
Buzz Raider? Not the gossip rag that's even worse than Meld!
I'll take that as a yes. Excellent! So, we know you've been everywhere from Tharbad and Longport to Messeldom and Crossbell in the past 3 months. You're a bit of a globetrotter in your off time, wouldn't you say? Now, it's clear you've been living up to your single status to find yourself a girl in every town. Then could it be you're on the hunt for one here in Edith now, too?
How did you... Have you been following me everywhere I go?
Oh, war der echt?
I'll admit that I spend my nights out on the town, but that's not why I'm traveling around.
Holy cannoli!
Wait, she's got nothing to do with...
I can't believe what a scoop we have on our hands. Meld's gonna be eating our dust with this one. So, how long have the two of you been dating, Miss Judith Lanster?
Hoppla. Aber warum will sie wissen, dass er durchs ganze Land reist? Nochmal eine Woche später. Die finden jetzt alle natürlich den Robo-Hund geil. This thing is so cool, it's a mechanical wolf, right? Awesome. Looks really strong too. He's like some kind of guardian beast from a fairy tale, he's awesome. Yes, he's living with us now. Aren't you, Xeros? He can bark too? Can we pet him? Easy, you two, don't upset him. The Advance just magnet for strange types, isn't he? The new lad and his animals seem like a good bunch, but still. Even better than good science they've made Yuma the happiest they've seen in a while. She's just the cutest damn thing you ever did see. You're always like a different person when you're talking about her. And Alex Advan is broadening his cycle of friends and acquaintances. It's not nice to see. Oh, they're back.
Market purchase is complete. 5 kilograms of mussels, 3 kilograms of shrimp, and 2 kilograms of artichokes purchased. Please confirm.
Thanks, viewer. I can tell you picked up the freshest ones too. Incredible how quickly technology has advanced. Ah, now I sound really old. Sure has gotten lively around here compared to when Van was working by his lonesome though. They're all growing boys and girls too, so I want to be sure to give them all the food they need. Jetzt haben sie eine Einkaufsmaschine und ein Spielzeug für die Kinder. Intermission, a mysterious tale in long lie.
So let's shift the topic toward the Genesis and Van's Grendel. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be possible to learn anything about the Genesis' nature from them directly. They appear to have some kind of protection, akin to artifacts, keeping their secrets from us. I can't fathom why they only react to Agnes either. It does feel as though the Mafia knows a fair amount about them, though.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be able to learn anything from them. Mind you, Armada is also somewhat in the dark when it comes to the Genesis. Yeah, I get that impression they don't know how they're doing what they're doing with them, they just have an idea on what they can do. More like disposal tools to whip out for whatever they want to at any given point. Makes me mad that they're using them that way, but there's no better way of putting it. We've taken 4 back from them so far, and that's how it seems every time. Yeah, much as it pissed me off, they don't seem to give a damn about what happened to a Genesis after they're done with it. Worth nothing here that they do seem to be pretty consistent in how they use the Genesis too. Yes, I agree. They're referring to everyone they've done as an experiment. Whatever is manipulating people, vital energies interfering with their minds, or installing a human's personality into a machine. Armadas keep using the Genesis as a trigger for various kind of unnatural phenomena. Yeah, I think that's an important fact to bear in mind if we're going to get the bottom of this. Fortunately, in all of the cases we've seen, the phenomenon triggered hasn't reoccurred once it's been stopped. But there is one particular phenomenon that Armada isn't behind that happen again and again. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Van's transforming into the Grendel, correct? That's right, the ability to reproduce results further study is a crucial factor in science and engineering. There's a lot that we don't know about the Grendel, but what we do know is that it's comprised of exceedingly high density shards. We also know that Van's Holo Mara appears when activating it, or rather a version of her that possesses free will appears. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Mara incidentally is a custom Holo developed at Marduk. Her source code is classified, but she was created using AI knowledge purchased from multiple companies. However, it goes without saying that the Holo designed by Marduk does not have free will. And it's normal, the Holos that the rest of us use also talk, but can't have a conversation with them. But when they show up and help Van transform, she's clearly got a sense of self. Theoretically possible she's programmed not to only seem that way and to surface, but I'm inclined to agree. Same here, they need to program an obscene number of possible responses to give the illusion of free will. She doesn't even have enough space for that much code, right? That's correct, she takes up only marginally more space on our Cephias and the Holos that everyone else uses. You would need to perform a special test to be absolutely sure either way. But the Mara that possesses free will seems to be a life form comprised entirely of data. I don't think that I can even wrap my head around that idea. This is sounding real shady all of a sudden. Now, for argument's sake, we assume that Mara is an AI app that achieves free will. The trigger for that would have to be the Genesis too. No. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Then again, I hate to say this in front of you, Reset, but I can't say I fully trust anything Maduk says or does. You needn't worry about causing offense. I understand why you would feel that way. Thanks. Still, I think that even they have their limits. I can't help but wonder exactly where the materials that formed their source code came from. But I can't imagine they entrusted her to Van, believing that she would exhibit so much unusual behavior. So I think the root of the cause lies in Professor Epstein's legacy rather than her. Incidentally, the AI gaining free will is one thing that would qualify as a technology singularity. Which would mean that, put another way, something happened to Mars that allows her to evolve past that massive hurdle. Evolve? Now you're really in the goddess territory. The testament suggests that evolution was a process intended to let the human shape the world around us. It's also described as what helps us bring about our latent potential. It's from the book of Shahar, verse 2, Yokana's letter, I think. Anyway, I think I get what you're saying. You wanna have a chance to observe everything, right? Mara's appearance, the shards going berserk, in short, everything that happens from start to me going grander. You wanna see it all, including what role the Genesis play in it. Oh. Exactly, I think that knowledge will help me support Agnes in her request for answers too. I might also let you call on the Grandel's power in a less haphazard and dangerous way. What do you think? Does it work for you? Sure. We've got 5 Genesis so far, which leaves 3 still out of there for recovery. Can't be sure the Mafia has the rest, but if we get any more chances to stop them from causing any trouble, we should take them. And if I end up with a good excuse to transform our future work, we'll give it a shot. As long as we have a Genesis on hand, be able to brute force whatever the other transformation conditions are. So we just gotta grab Mare Bear when she shows up, right? That's about the short of it. I've already added the sensor necessary to observe her and record it all to Theo. It could be a little dangerous, but I think it'll be worth our while to try. Don't worry, I'll have you guys there to back me up, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Of course you will, we'll be right there with you all the way. Sounds like it could be fun. I will be there to give any technology-related support that you may need. We can't do any of this without a Genesis being there. If you're not on board, we won't go ahead with it. It's not that. I can't deny that I'm worried you might be hurt in the process, but the chance of us learning something more about the Genesis, the Grendel thoughts are promising. I'll do all I can to support you. Then it's settled. Alright, then let's get started on today's work. I'm gonna need a few of you to handle some other stuff, but Quadra's trial period ain't over yet. It's coming.
That works for me. Though, I honestly can't imagine it would take me long to grasp exactly what you do here. But go ahead and show me exactly what being a Spriggan is all about.
I back you up to the best of my ability. Also einen können wir uns aussuchen. Select one additional member. Fairy Iron. Reset. Die war jetzt zu lange raus. Or we can now be customized from the main menu now that Quadra is in the party. Was? Ella, you can modify Orbmans. Wie modify ich die? Mit Equip? Nee. Status?
Activating Maintenance Mode.
Das ging ja vorher schon. Ah, okay, jetzt kann ich die hier einfach auswählen, ne? War das vorher schon? Ne, Holocore war das. Wir haben noch einen neuen Holocore bekommen, ne? Garb und Lorray. Magical Damage plus 15, ATS plus 10, Speed plus 10, 150 EP Cost. 150 EP Cost und Arts Power plus 60. Warte mal, geht es... Ah, also raises EP Cost when boosted. Also du ziehst mehr ab, zahlst aber auch mehr dafür. S-Craft Power plus 60, S-Craft Recovery Time plus 80%. Forgoes Speech to boost Combat Potency.
Holocore Lorray, now activated. I'm Pakel. You always got me in your corner.
Ne, wir bleiben bei dem da. Okay, dann, bevor wir weitermachen, da ist noch ein Event. Was ist das da hinten? Kirche oder Bracer Guild? Riverside, Terror District, Satan District. Okay, wir haben ein... Blacklight District, ah ja. Und der Memorial Park. Okay, dann bedanke ich mich an der Stelle fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, wir sehen uns wieder in der nächsten Folge. Macht's gut und Servus.